It is Tuesday night, and we are live for the third night of action for the Icebreaker 200. Tonight, the Payne Built Legends Polar 60 for the Legend cars. The main event for the Legends is here. I'm Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the broadcast booth. And Bill, it's 3 nights of racing. This is our last night of the Icebreaker 200, and so far it's been pretty exciting. The Legends race probably put on the best race of the night last night.
Oh, it was an exciting when you saw Parker Traves and Josh Cottle came right down to the wire side by side, inches separating. I think it was .009 that Parker Traves ended up winning that race. I don't know, Jeff. Is it a sign of things to come? Is that the kind of racing we're going to see here in the Polar 60? I hope so. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love that this race, it's 60 laps. It's long for a Legends race. And it's just enough where I think tire management is going to come into play, and it's not just going to be raw speed. It's going to be who can manage the tires as well, and I think that opens up the door for a lot of drivers to challenge here. Alex McCollum, who's showing a ton of pace in practice, but will the tires hold up at that pace that he's setting right now?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't know. We haven't seen Legends cars run that long. In real life, they basically have tires that run all season. We don't know how they're going to hold up in a race here on the iRacing service. So I think that's going to add a new dimension to this race. I think that's going to be something that's going to be interesting to watch the entire 60 laps. But, I mean, Alex McCollum, he's scary fast. I mean, the guy is incredibly fast, and he's going to roll off first tonight. So that's going to be tough to chase down the number one car.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're getting set to go here, just a few more moments of practice before we start setting the grid, but want to thank some of our sponsors, Payne Built Legends. And you're looking for setups for the Legends, check them out at raceepi.com. They can help you with driver development, training, trying to get you up to speed in the official Legend series. And I don't know, Bill, if you follow the EPI Facebook page, but it seems like they're winning all of the official split Legends races.
I do. I want to join them.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I want to join them. And they have driver coaching. They'll get you faster. They'll try to help you get faster in each car that they give you a setup for. It's a great community, and like you said, Jeff, they post on their Facebook page when guys win high strength of field races, and it happens all the time. So if you're looking for Legends setups, if you're struggling in the open Legends, go over to raceepi.com, get involved with Payne Built Legends, man. They'll make you faster.
Well, you might have seen on our Facebook page earlier today, this purse, $215 total purse for these drivers in this Legends race. Looks like we're going to have about 16 of them in the main event tonight. And wanted to shout out all the people that helped make that happen, including Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes, who's going to give $20 to the hard charger tonight. And there's some guys, fast drivers at the back of this Legends field tonight, have an opportunity to pick up double their entry fee right off the bat there, just by passing the most cars.
I mean, that's a super bonus. I mean, that's what we like. We want to see guys come to the field. We want to see passing. Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes makes it possible for us to award somebody that's going to do that tonight. And we'll look forward to see who wins that at the end of the race.
And shout out to VIP Tires and Service for coming on board. They were kind of a last-minute sponsor, and they just wanted to raise the purse, make this a bigger deal, and they absolutely did that. They were huge and instrumental in getting us over that $700 mark in the super late models, which was awesome. And check them out if you're in the need for tires in the Northeast. They have 66 locations all throughout Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. They got price matching options. Find a deal online, go in the store, and they'll help you out and get you the best price. And then shout out to SimWrap Market. Check them out at simwrapmarket.com. They've got all kinds of smart templates, designs, number fonts for your race car wraps and stuff, all kinds of cool stuff on there. Check them out, simwrapmarket.com, and they're going to be presenting the Icebreaker 200 for the super late models coming up at about 9 Eastern after this Legends race. We'll go off the air for a bit for late model practice, and then the super late model is going to take to the racetrack for 200 laps tonight. That is going to be an absolute barn burner right there, because that is 24 of the fastest dudes on iRacing in the late model going to be going at it tonight.
Absolutely, and like you said, Jeff, the support the sponsors that help us out. All of the links to all their web pages, Facebook pages are in the description of this broadcast. So go down there, go to the websites, go give them a like on Facebook. Make sure you let them know that you saw them on ITZR if you can, and let them know that that you appreciate them supporting ITZR and supporting these drivers. It's awesome that we have those people that are willing to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just about 30 seconds away, for even less than that, from starting to grid these cars. So
A lot of late arrivals, Jeff. You see the grid exploded all of a sudden.
Yeah, a lot of late entries, guys not getting any practice in tonight, but they're here. They made it. I know it's an early start time for a lot of people, and so they are climbing in right now and trying to get into the server. So thank you to everybody that supported us. In the drivers meeting, we gave a huge thank you to everybody that's been racing. 3 nights of racing. That's a lot to ask for people to be on here 3 nights in a row, and we just thank everybody that supported us all week long. But Bill, it's time to start of the grid, and I think we're going to start from 16th position tonight.
That's right. We're going to do it a little differently, Jeff. We talked about it before the race, and we decided that we're going to try to go from the back to the front. We've seen a lot of people do that in real life. We have to wait for these guys to actually grid, Jeff, before we do anything. As they are, like we said, there's a lot of late arrivals that showed up right before. And amazingly, it was kind of the back quarter of the field that just was not in the server, wasn't in practice, and now they're finally getting here. So we're just waiting for them to show up on the track. Here we go.
Well, I'm going to start it off with the driver starting 16th tonight. The 16 XCI number 65, the Flying Able Enterprises car from Colorado. It's Aaron Amendroth. Starting on his inside in the 15th position, another 16 XCI machine. Sponsored by John Chris Racing the 91 out of Missouri. It's Dylan Bates.
Starting in the, well, he still hasn't gridded yet, unfortunately, but he is the number 98 car out of Tennessee, the Payne Built Legends PBL Longshot Sports Apparel Griffith Stone number 98. That is Jason Griffith. And starting 13th in the number 42 out of Wisconsin, the Revelry Racing Barrel 41 Brewing, Ferris Gourmet Popcorn, John's Pizzeria of Grafton. That's Zach Onan.
In the Revelry Racing number 09, he'll start in the 12th position tonight out of Iowa. It's Elliot Carlson. And in another Revelry Racing machine, the Driving DJ Network Dante Curtis Designs SPM number 25 from Ohio, it's Devin Rogers.
Starting in row number 10, I think these guys are brothers, Jeff. I'm not 100% sure. They didn't fill out one of our driver information sheets, but starting 10th in the number 2, that is Ryan Gebbin. And to his inside, starting 9th in that number 12, that's Tyler Gebbin.
Starting 8th tonight in another Revelry Racing number 81, the Islander NDP Chassis machine out of Ohio. It's the Ravishing One, Rick Rube. On his inside, starting 7th, Tracy Motorsports SPM Velocity Motorsports number 67 out of Missouri. It's Eric Tracy.
Blade Timmons in the number 23 is going to roll off 6th out of South Carolina with the EPI Elite Performance Industries number 23. Starting 5th in the 78 machine, that is Aaron Johnson out of Alabama. That is the Shop Cottle Captures record iRacing Wraps, McCollum Manufacturing at number 78, Aaron Johnson.
In the number 13 machine out of the shop, the Cottle Captures Rocket iRace Wraps Hangout Chat Motorsports Cox Motorsports driver out of South Carolina. That's Josh Cottle. And on his inside in the 16 XCI Racing number 16, sponsored by Celebrities Hot Dogs out of North Carolina, it's Daniel Pope II.
And now we have our front row on the outside out of Ontario, Canada, the 16 XCI Racing in the Zone Racing, number 60, that's Parker Traves. And your pole sitter out of New Jersey in the One Performance JDR Graphics, number 1, it's the Dominator, Alex McCollum.
And that front row is the same front row we're going to see in the Super Late Model race later. So these two guys have been fast here at the Icebreaker in both classes. And we're going to see who's got it to win tonight. But Parker Traves won the dash last night in a photo finish over the guy that starts behind him, Josh Cottle. Alex McCollum had some issues last night.
Yeah, McCollum said his computer blew up. We didn't hear anything after that. He just said he changed engines and was back for the Super Late Model race. Had no problems, but didn't finish the Legends race. So we'll see how he does tonight.
Well, and Bill, just to touch on something you said in the lineups, the 12 and the 2, the Gebbins, they are father and son. They wanted to let us know over the radio that they are father and son. But we are going green for the Payne Built Legends Polar 60. Alex McCollum on the loud pedal. We are underway, 60 laps for the Legends.
Alex McCollum clears Parker Traves into turn number 1. Traves going to slot in behind him. Here comes Josh Cottle in the 13 and Daniel Pope in the 16. It's going to be a little different than last night. Last night we did a full 10-car invert on the field. Now all the fast guys are up front, so let's see if these guys can settle in and make some laps.
Some movement going on in the back as Dylan Bates is up quite a few spots already. He just went around Ryan Gebbin, so from 15th to 11th in the opening laps.
So Dylan Bates to 11th up front. Alex McCollum continues to lead. He's got Parker Traves in tow. Looks like Jason Griffith, Jeff, made it into the server, but was really late, had to start late, so he's going to wait for a caution as he's way behind the field right now. In fact, the field is closer to his rear bumper than he is to theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. But good news for him. If he does lose a lap, if a yellow waves, he would get a lucky dog. We do have that available tonight. As Dylan Bates and Devin Rogers battling back here in the 10th position. Devin currently runs 10th. Dylan Bates trying the outside. He's going to try to drive around this 25 machine.
Dylan Bates on the outside trying to get around Devin Rogers. Rogers struggling a little bit on the bottom. They'll be side by side down the front straightaway. Rogers going to give him the spot entering turn 1. Move Dylan Bates up to 10th.
Look at Bates go on the outside, now up to the 10th position as he goes around Devin Rogers. He is on the move right now, and I tell you what, Bill, Parker Traves is all over the back bumper of Alex McCollum. We weren't sure whether anybody can match the pace that Alex has been showing, but Parker Traves is right there.
Elliot Carlson just made a move on Ryan Gebbin, moved Elliot Carlson up to 14th. And now they're starting to catch Jason Griffith. Griffith in the 98, you can see him right out in front of our leaders in that teal, and I guess it's blue and white, number 98. Probably pulled down. Jeff, do we have lucky dogs in this race? I don't know if that has been set up. We do.
Yeah, we do.
So he can just let the field go, and then once we get a yellow, assuming we will, he can get back by the field and get back on the lead lap.
Well, Dylan Bates is on the move again. He just went around Tyler Gebbin, and now has moved up into the 9th spot. Gebbin slots down in front of Devin Rogers, so he'll hold on to 10th for right now. Devin Rogers back in 11th. He's got Aaron Abendroth starting to close on him back there in that 12th position.
And remember last night, Dylan Bates crashed early in that number 91 machine. Car looked like a dwarf car at the end of the races. He was missing fenders, and it was just trying to drive a broken race car around. But tonight, car's much faster, moving forward in the race, having a good time.
Yeah, and it's been good to see these guys get some good green flag runs here to start. We had a big wreck on the opening lap of that dash that took out quite a few cars. I know Zach Oden ended up in the fence, and Zach didn't get the track time he was looking for. He's got a brand new steering wheel set up, and he needed track time, and he didn't get it last night. Battle here for 5th with Blade Timmons up the racetrack. Aaron Johnson trying to put the pressure on him. The 23 has kind of moved up to the middle lane, and now he might lose this spot to Aaron Johnson here.
Aaron Johnson on the inside entering turn number 1. He'll clear the 23 car. Here comes Eric Tracy to the inside. Eric Tracy's going to look as well. Blade Timmons now finds himself on the outside. We saw last night, Jeff, the super late model can kind of fight off of the cars on the bottom on the outside here at South Boston. The Legend, not so much. Much tougher with this car.
I think it's going to open up the door once the Legend tightens up a bit here. We're still only 13 laps into this run. The bottom side is faster. But as the car tightens up, it's going to be much more difficult to keep that car on the inside and complete those passes. So right now is a good time to be making up spots because it's going to be harder to pass later in the race. And you saw it last night where Josh Cottle had a big run on Parker Traves, and Traves got the run off turn 4, beat him to the line in a photo finish.
Aaron Abendroth and Devin Rogers battling. That's a battle for 11th in the field. Devin Rogers up the racetrack right now in the 25. Gets a little loose coming off turn number 4. Going to give up that position to Abendroth. Move Abendroth up to that 11th spot.
Well, your field is starting to separate a bit. Alex McCollum and Parker Traves have started to pull a nice gap. It's about 1 second back to Josh Cottle, who is bringing along Daniel Pope. So those two, 3rd and 4th, have kind of separated themselves from Aaron Johnson and Blade Timmons and Aaron Abendroth, who are kind of in that next pack as they work around Jason Griffith, who's got a lot down. Then you got Dylan Bates, who's now up to the 8th spot, kind of running by himself, but he is starting to make gains right now on Eric Tracy. Behind them, Rick Rube runs in the 9th spot. Tyler Gebbin 10th. Aaron Abendroth 11th. He has gotten around Devin Rogers. Devin Rogers running 12th. Zach Oden 13th. Elliot Carlson 14th. And Ryan Gebbin in the 15th spot. It looks like Alex has started to open up the gap a bit on Parker Traves. And last time by, Alex was just slightly faster. It's thousandths of a second each lap, but it's just enough. He starts to pull away from Parker here.
Both of these guys drive Legends cars in real life. Alex McCollum drives out of, we said it earlier, out of New Jersey, and Parker Traves is the Canadian Legends national champion 2 years in a row. They actually have a single race up there where they call it the Canadian Legends Championship, and or national championship, and Parker Traves has won it 2 seasons in a row. So these guys are very, very qualified drivers that run this car normally in real life, and you can see how that translates onto the iRacing service as they drive away for the rest of this field.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to look at the Facebook chat earlier, but Alex has brought out the fan club. Leland in the chat cheering for Alex. Mark here cheering for Alex. And then Trevor Edwards was saying that Alex has got 3 engines or computers, so to speak. And he had to swap one out last night after a little bit of a failure in the Legends Dash.
I'm going to have to ask Alex about that, Jeff.
Dylan Bates just gave a bump to Eric Tracy, and that's one of his team cars right there in the 67 or 66 or 67 rather. And he just told him, "Hey, get out of the way. I'm a little bit faster right now."
I mean, that's what this car isn't as sketchy as the super late model. You can give a little bit of a bumper to somebody, and it'll hang in there. So Bates giving Eric Tracy a little bit of a notice. Hey man, get out of the way. And they're probably having a little fun. They're probably got smiles on their faces at the moment.
I'm so used to Eric being 67, but that is a 66 on the side of that car, so I had it right the first time. 66 of Eric Tracy.
Well, he's 67 in the program, 66 on the car.
He mixed it up on us.
Devin Rogers just went by Aaron Abendroth for 11th. They've been battling for a while now, and Rogers was struggling a little bit earlier, now starting to find some speed in that 25 machine. We got a spinner on the back straightaway. Jason Griffith is spun down to the bottom. That's going to bring out your first yellow. Fortunately for Griffith, he was the only car 1 lap down, and bringing out the yellow, he's not going to get the lucky dog for that.
Yeah, he's not going to get the lucky dog, but he will bunch everybody back up, so there's less chance now that anybody else will go a lap down. He just needs somebody else to make a mistake now.
Right. So he was coming through turn 2. Jeff, I think it's time for you to sing for the first time tonight.
Well, I'm not going to sing it, but it was an all-by-myself moment there off turn 2. Just got a little loose. And Bill, we know from experience with driving this car here at South Boston, turn 2 is like the whoop section of a motocross track. It is bumpy out there.
It was fun testing for this race and getting this set up together. And we were talking to people online, and they were like, Jeff, are you racing a motocross? Are you on a motorcycle somewhere? They thought you were out riding in the whoop section, but that's turn 2 here in South Boston. It's extremely bumpy. In fact, I wrecked the car one time off the corner in turn 2 because the car just started bouncing and got in the air.
Yeah, and you just hear it. It just keeps bouncing off the rev limiter. I mean, in this car, it spikes up to, what, like 11,000 RPM? Yeah. So it's a little concerning when you hear it just rev up like that.
So it looks like Griffith has actually parked the car for the evening.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He got in here really late, didn't even make the grid, and unfortunately it comes to an end right there in lap 25. So tough night for Jason, but we do appreciate the support that the EPI guys came out and raced the Legends with us. I know it's unusual for them with fixed setup. We're a fixed setup league, and they're kind of used to the open setups and building stuff and tuning it. It's a whole different ball game to come out and run a fixed setup that you didn't have any part in building. Laura in the house cheering for Aaron Johnson, who's currently running in the 5th spot, and this caution's going to help Aaron because he was a little bit further back from where Josh Cottle and Daniel Pope are, and now it's going to bunch everybody back up. All that tire wear that Alex and Parker put on their tires to build that lead, it's all evaporated. So, that's part of the game right here. We're just past halfway now, and some of these guys further back in the field, they might have been saving a bit. So, Bill, the first 30 laps are in the books, and now is another 30-lap dash here. We got to break just about halfway into this one. Pace car going to head off the racetrack. Alex McCollum, Parker Traves going to send us green once again.
Traves going to slot down behind Alex McCollum immediately. Didn't even try to get to run with him. He's just going to follow in his tire tracks. For third, we have a battle. Josh Cottle's under fire from Daniel Pope. Pope was able to get underneath Cottle as they got through turns 1 and 2. Now Cottle going to give away that position. Here comes Aaron Johnson in the 78.
Traves is under Alex McCollum through 1 and 2. He's got a position underneath them. Can he complete the pass? He's going to throw it in there. Now Alex is going to try to come back underneath him. Not going to be able to do it. Parker Traves, your new leader on lap 34.
Well, that was a little bit of a surprise. I was watching that battle for third, and Traves made the move. Sorry, Parker.
Parker Traves, your new leader. Alex McCollum second. Daniel Pope into the third spot. Josh Cottle fourth. Aaron Johnson fifth. Behind him, it's Dylan Bates. And Bates is taking a look underneath the 78. Johnson going to shut the door. Blake Timmons under attack from Rick Rube. Rube starting to move forward as well. I think Eric Tracy just got around Blade. Blade's been kind of stuck on the outside since the restart, and he just can't find a place down in line. And now Daniel Pope underneath Alex McCollum into turn 3. Pope's looking for second.
We talked about it, Jeff. Is it possible Alex, with the pace he was setting early in the race for the first 30 laps, did he burn the tires off the Legend? We never really run this long in a Legend car. Not a lot of people do, and we decided to run 60 laps, and that might have changed things. But these guys might have been saving enough tire that Alex McCollum is off the pace now.
Yeah, Alex has fallen behind Josh Cottle now, one of his shop teammates there in the 13. So it's the 16 XCI cars out front, the shop machines behind them. 3 of those shop machines, and then you got another 16 XCI car. Dylan Bates back there as we go caution. We got Eric Tracy around off turn 2. Actually, that's Aaron Abendroth.
Oh, and he's lost the left front fender you can see on that 65 car. See what happened to Aaron.
I think there might have been a little contact with the 2. I believe that's Ryan Gebbin in the 2. I think Zach Onan might have got a piece of that as well.
Looked like, oh boy. Yeah, Zach Onan definitely got a piece of that. It looked like Ryan's car, the number 2, looked like it just snapped loose in the middle of turns 1 and 2. We're going to go look at that from the, we're going to go from the drone cam on this one, Jeff.
Yeah, it looked like Ryan was up, giving Aaron, he was giving Aaron room there on the bottom, and that car just got sideways and started to come down the racetrack and almost just kind of launched the front end of Aaron's car up the racetrack.
And Aaron gets hard into the inside tire barrier.
Yeah, Zach Onan on pit road doing some damage repair right now to the 42 machine. Looks like Aaron's going to come down and try to do some repairs as well. As you said, he's missing that left front fender. They're going to throw another one on right there. You can see it. I don't know if you caught that on the pit stop.
I did not. We're still watching the him losing the left front fender. And again, where did that left front fender go?
Well, Tim Weinrich in the chat, he was cheering for Elliott Carlson, but he said, "Dang it, Elliott, I'm about to become a Rick Rube fan." So, Elliott, you got to get on it, bud.
Well, Jeff, it's not that they threw a new left front fender on the 65 car. Apparently, they found the one that got stuffed in the tire barrier, and they put it back on the 65 car.
Well, that's convenient.
It is good.
John Piette hanging out, the Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes drivers. He said he is ready for the 200 lapper that's coming up here about 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live back on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch after this Legends race is over. We'll probably take a little bit of a break and then be back about 9 p.m. Eastern for super late model action. 200 laps for the Icebreaker pace car headed off the racetrack. We got a new leader, Parker Traves, going to send him green. And he got a fantastic restart.
He waited on it. Got a really good restart. Here comes Josh Cottle up the inside. He's going to try to make a move on Daniel Pope. Pope couldn't get down in front of him. Now you got a group of guys that are caught on the outside. Aaron Johnson needs to close up this gap, or Alex McCollum's going to find his way to the bottom. Nobody wants that to happen.
Yeah, Aaron's starting to make some progress there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Dylan Bates. Bates is rolling the top side. He's just stuck it up there, and he's starting to gain a little bit on Aaron Johnson here.
Look at this battle. A swarm of bees down the back straightaway. Everybody's stuck together.
You know who the biggest fan of this one is right now?
Parker Traves.
He is looking in his mirror and just loving it as he drives away from the field. He's racing double file all the way back into about the 6th position. Josh Cottle is clear now. Daniel Pope for second. Alex McCollum going to try to get around the 16 machine now. Alex up into the 3rd spot. Here comes Aaron Johnson. Johnson wants to take a spot away from Daniel Pope now.
Daniel Pope caught on the outside. Dylan Bates is going to be right there. He's going to drive down below his teammate here as Daniel Pope still can't find the bottom.
Look who else is starting to get in the mix here. Devin Rogers, who faded early, but he might have been saving some tire because he is starting to move forward. And he is right there with Eric Tracy, who's now trying to pass Daniel Pope.
Yeah, Pope still on the outside. Now Eric Tracy looking to the inside of Daniel Pope. Here comes Devin Rogers. You talked about it. Pope cannot find the bottom, just caught out there. He has slid all the way back to 7th place. Now finds a spot in front of Devin Rogers.
So the field's starting to single file out. Tyler Gebbin just went around Rick Rube. Now Aaron Abendroth trying to do the same. As Rick got caught on the outside on that restart, and he's kind of faded towards the back of this group. Josh Cottle up the racetrack, and that's going to allow Alex McCollum to sneak by through 1 and 2. So Alex McCollum back into the 2nd position, but it is a big gap, at least a second now, to Parker Traves out front.
And laps are dwindling away, Jeff. 10 to go.
And Dylan Bates now dives underneath Aaron Johnson. He's going to try to take away 4th here in the closing stages of this one. Dylan Bates from the back of the field making a case for himself for the Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes Hard Charger Award. That's a $20 bonus at the end of this one for the driver who passes the most positions. And right now, that's Dylan Bates from 15th to 4th.
Yeah, what a move by Bates right there. Made it happen in one corner. Just drove right underneath him, drove right by him.
Devin Rogers underneath Eric Tracy. He's going to take that spot away. So move Rogers up to the 7th spot. Elliott Carlson going to follow through as well.
These are 2 Revelry Racing drivers. Aaron Johnson, a little bit of a moment coming off of turn number 2. The car got loose on him. Ended up down the bottom of the straightaway. Saves it. Didn't lose any positions. Pope caught up to him, though.
And I love how these guys are racing even further back in the field because build the top 10 spots, they all pay, and they all pay differently. So
that's right.
The more you can pass, the more money you're making tonight.
Rick Rube going to look underneath Eric Tracy. Eric Tracy's about to lose that 10th spot, the last paying spot. He doesn't want to do that. Rube trying to get in the money.
Dylan Bates just got into the back of Josh Cottle. That's going to separate Cottle from Alex McCollum a bit. It's going to give McCollum a little less pressure there as Cottle got a little sideways after contact from the 91. But Parker Traves is gone. It's 1.3 seconds, and he's gaining every single lap. Traves again, fastest car on the racetrack. Last time by Cottle.
We got trouble.
Cottle and Bates got together. Cottle
no yellow.
It. And look at Devin Rogers now moving past Josh Cottle. Daniel Pope got up, I believe, into the 4th spot now. Devin up to 5th. Here comes Elliott Carlson trying to get around Josh Cottle.
Cottle and Bates made massive contact. That sent Cottle up the racetrack. He is still trying to rally. Bates fell all the way back to 10th. Cottle's in 6th. Here comes Elliott Carlson. He'll try to take away that 6th spot.
Devin Rogers started 11th. He's up to 5th, and I think that's enough right now that he'd be the hard charger if it ended this way.
Well, it's not over, Jeff. We just said that about Dylan Bates, and look what happened to him. So who knows what's going to happen for the last, looks like 2 laps to go.
Well, I believe and the caution's going to come out as the white flag was waving for Parker Traves.
Holy cow.
Contact between Elliott Carlson and Josh Cottle entering turn 3. They both end up in the outside wall. And as Parker Traves was seeing the white flag, he was at the start-finish line. It changed to a yellow, and he's got to be really frustrated with that.
We'll pick it up coming off of turn number 2. Elliott Carlson was the inside of Josh Cottle. It looks like, well, that was interesting.
Just some netcode. I mean, it was...
I've very rarely ever seen the inside car. I think Elliott just kind of misses the corner a little bit. It looks like it's tough to see.
It's almost like Elliott's right rear drove over the 13's left front.
Yeah, just really close. Yeah, that's hard to call it. We'll take a look at it from the drone here. No, Elliott seems like he's pretty close to the line there. I think just 2 cars kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a little bit of netcode there. They were close, but they weren't touching.
Yeah, that's wild. And then clearly 2 frustrated drivers as they beat and bang after they wrecked.
Bill, remember last night how we had a green-white checkered finish and a photo finish for the dash?
I do remember that.
Well, it is resetting here. We have a green-white checkered finish, 1 of 3 if needed, and it'll be between Parker Traves and Alex McCollum on that front row. And look at Aaron Johnson's moved up to 3rd with Daniel Pope 4th. Devin Rogers now up into the 5th spot. Tyler Gebbin up into 6th. Dylan Bates fell back to 7th there. Eric Tracy 8th. Rick Rube 9th, Aaron Abendroth 10th, Ryan Gebben 11th, Josh Cottle and Elliot Carlson will rejoin 12th and 13th. Looks like Zach Onan back on the racetrack, 2 laps down, but he's going to finish this one out. Mark in the chat cheering for Alex. Tim Weinrich said, Pope, the loud pedal is on the right. Josh Parrish here, he said it's about to get wild, and I agree. These are 2 dudes on the front row that do not like to lose races. And you know these guys are going to give it everything they have on this green-white checker to win this.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, these are 2 of the most competitive guys I've ever met in my life right here on the front row. And the pace car going to go off the racetrack. Parker Traves, Alex McCollum, green-white checkered finish. Parker going to make him wait on it. He caught Alex a bit there. Can Alex get down and behind the 60?
Not able to get behind the 60. Here comes Aaron Johnson, but now Alex McCollum's going to look to the outside of Parker Traves. This isn't over, Jeff, as they're about to come through 3 and 4 to get the white flag.
Now Alex going to look back to the bottom. Can he cross under the 60? Can't do it through 1 and 2. The white flag is out for Parker Traves.
McCollum to the back bumper of the 60. 1 lap to go on the backstretch. Traves into turn 3.
Through turn 3, Alex McCollum, he's just not close enough. And off turn 4, Parker Traves going to win the Payne-built Legends Polar 60.
Wow. Alex McCollum will come home 2nd. Aaron Johnson 3rd. Daniel Pope 4th. Devin Rogers looks like he's going to be your Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes Hard Charger Award winner, coming home 5th. Dylan Bates came back to 6th. Jeff, actually, that's going to maybe challenge Devin Rogers for that Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes Hard Charger Award.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable racing, Bill. All throughout the field, I just love the Legend car. This is my favorite car on iRacing, and that's why. I mean, just fantastic racing. Guys moving and up and down the field all night long. And looking at the hard charger, it looks like Dylan Bates got back to 6th position.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to nab it from Devin Rogers there at the end. But Devin had a heck of a run from 11th to 5th. That's going to pay pretty well for Devin. Tyler Gebben ends up in the 7th position. Eric Tracy 8th, Rick Rube 9th, and Aaron Abendroth going to finish 10th tonight.
What a race to the end there. That was fantastic. Before that caution came out, I mean, we had a fantastic race throughout the field, just passing all over the place. But what a tremendous amount of fun, and what a great job by Parker Traves. Makes the move. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it, and ended up leading the rest of the laps on his way to the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And that green-white checkered finish, I mean, that had to make him super nervous. But it looked like at the end there, Alex it wasn't quite fast enough at the end to have anything for Parker. But he sure gave it a heck of an effort. He had a run down the back straightaway that I thought, you know what, he might make this happen.
Yeah, couldn't get there. Parker, we talked about how he is the Canadian Legends champion, and they showed it tonight. I mean, just unbeatable in that 60 car. That was fantastic driving by the guy that is very familiar with how these cars drive.
And we're trying to get Parker over here to talk to him, but haven't seen him yet. We've got our 2nd and 3rd place drivers here at the booth. So since we're kind of under a time deal, we're gonna go straight to Alex here, finish 2nd. So Alex McCollum gonna finish 2nd tonight in the Payne-built Legends Polar 60. And Alex, you led the first half of the race, and then it seemed like maybe your tires went away. You fell all the way back to 4th. What happened there about halfway point of that race?
Yeah, I think I just carried too wide of an entry on entry, and it just hurt me on the long haul. It just kept the right rear skewed out to the right, so it just got freer and freer the longer the run going.
So is that what you would have changed, Alex, to get to, I guess, hold the lead? It was a line issue that you had figured out later, or did you figure it out after the green white checker that was probably the issue?
Nah, I just think I needed to enter a little lower, like a car length a little lower, but I just carried a little too wide of an entry, which made the right rear not very happy with me during the race. But Parker drove a pretty good race. He was really good. What was it? Halfway on, yeah, he was pretty good there. I didn't have anything for him. I was just fighting for my life.
Well, Alex, you had that mechanical issue with your computer going last night in the dash, and you didn't get to run the full distance that everybody else got to run. Do you think that 30 lap run on the setup might have been what you needed to kind of figure out what Parker had figured out tonight?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the extra laps would have helped to see what the car would have done per over the run, but um, I mean, I kind of just roasted the right rear off, so there's really kind of my fault. So I just needed to enter a little bit lower there.
Well, Alex, we can definitely hear that you're a little bit dejected, but you got a race coming up here shortly that you can redeem yourself, obviously. But who do you want to give a shout out to tonight that helps you get here?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. My mic is not happy with me right now.
Your mic is as upset as your right rear.
No, my wire is broken. I gotta go get a headset. But I've been saying this for months, but I just haven't had the time to go get one. But I gotta thank. Oh, hold on. I gotta thank everybody at the shop. I recently just joined them this season, so excited for that adventure. So that should be fun. Um, you guys for putting this event on. I like running the icebreaker. I need to get me an icebreaker win. That's one thing on my bucket list. So we'll see if we can get it done tonight. But yeah, you guys for putting this event on. It's always fun to race with you guys over here. And yeah.
Well, Alex, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations. Second place, still a pretty good run. You're going to pick up about $38 for that one. And now some big money on the line for the super late models. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Now our race winner going to make his way to the broadcast booth. Parker Traves in the house. And Parker, we talked to you right before the race started, and you said, I think Alex is going to win both the races tonight. And you didn't think you had anything for him. What changed there about halfway through that race?
I was just behind him for that first half of the race, and I was just riding, and I could see he was just pushing a little bit, and I was like, I'm content here. And then we got that caution with halfway, and I knew it was time to go. So last night's race kind of helped. I could feel it out a little bit, but I think that's kind of what helped save my tires this race. So
So was there an expectation, Parker, that tire wear was going to be an issue, and maybe Alex, because he blew up his computer during the race last night? Well, that's what he told us. That's why he wasn't able to learn what you learned last night, and tires did come into play.
I think it all just kind of just not so much manage. Just don't let the car slide around. Like if you're pushing it and letting it slide, you're gonna eat up tires and like any car. So I think he just got out too far and overdrove a little bit.
Well, Parker, now confidence is going to be an all-time high right now heading into the Icebreaker 200 super late models. You're starting on the outside front row like you did for the Legends. You won that. What do you think your odds are in the super late model race coming up about 9 p.m. Eastern?
I think it's like a 50-50 shot. This is my favorite track on the game, so if I could win that race, it would be very good.
Did you hear that, Jeff? Parker said it would be very good.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, it's a $170 win. I'd say that's good.
Oh, Parker's not a bad 200 Jeff. Parker's not a bad bet. So I think we talked about it, Parker. You thought it was Jimmy McCollum that could sweep tonight, but maybe it's going to be that guy in the 60 car. So we'll have to watch and see how you do in the next race. Obviously, you're feeling pretty confident though. You got to feel pretty good. You beat Alex on this one. If there's one weakness I've ever seen with Alex is he tends to burn up tires. What do you think he'll do going into the next race, and what is your plan to deal with the number one car?
Yeah, I hope he burns it up. My plan? Well, I can't let too many things out of the bag yet, but hopefully, what you've seen in this race is what will happen in the next.
Well, Parker, before we let you go start practicing the super late model, is there anybody you want to thank for their help for this Legends win tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for everything you do on iRacing. I know how much time you guys put into this, and appreciated to have you guys and a league like Sarah. Both of you guys make this short track racing fun. So I know official racing's in a tough state right now, so it's nice to get on here and race in a good league. Like to thank Canadian Legend Cars, 16 XCI Racing, and SPM. Probably most fun I've had on iRacing, so they make it all fun.
All right, Parker, congratulations. You got one in the bag. We're looking forward to seeing how you do in the Icebreaker 200 coming up.
Thank you.
And our third place finisher, Aaron Johnson, going to join us. And Aaron, you had a pretty quiet run there. You were in the top 5, top 6 all night long, and then things started getting crazy, and you came to life there in the closing stages. Did you feel like on that green-white checkered, you might have some tire left to battle with Parker and Alex?
I thought I had a little bit left. I was just trying to fly under the radar so where they couldn't see me.
Well, it was a rough night last night, Aaron. How did you know you had the speed, the ability to come forward and race with those guys in the Legend car?
Oh, definitely. Car was good last night. I just wanted to feel out what it could do last night and found a couple things. So we found it, just a couple of spots short.
Well, Aaron, you got a pretty good starting position in the Icebreaker 200. You had a great qualifying effort, qualified right into the top 10 into the race. No B main needed. So, what do you think your odds are going into the super late model race? You've been pretty fast. I watched you the other night run a linear race, and you looked really solid there. It seems like you're kind of firing on all cylinders right now with the super.
Yeah, during the off season, went to a different team and found some new confidence or whatever, and more speed, and felt like everything's clicking like it needs to be right now. And I feel my confidence is going to be pretty good going into Icebreaker. Hopefully, we can go out there and win it.
I like the confidence, Aaron. I dig it. I do. You've been racing with us for a long time. It's been really cool to see you have success. So who do you want to give a shout out to? You said you found new confidence. Who do you want to give a shout out to tonight that's helped you find all that speed and that confidence?
I got to thank the guys at the shop, Trevor Edwards, Dustin Mombercat, Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum, Cottle Captures, Rocket iRace Wraps, McCollum Manufacturing, McConey Setup Shop. You guys for putting this on. It wouldn't be nothing without y'all. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and everyone watching, my wife. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again here shortly.
A man that thanks his mom before his wife. That's good stuff right there.
Hey, it happens.
well, Aaron, we're gonna let you go. Get ready for the super late model race coming up. Congratulations, fantastic finish, good payout here for third in the Legends. You're off to a great start, and hopefully you can win some more money later on tonight.
Hope so. Let's go get after it.
All right, good luck, Aaron.
Thank you.
Well, Bill, that is the Legends, the Polar 60 in the books. That was a fantastic race. I think that was all what we were expecting right there out of the Legends. I mean, just great racing throughout the field.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were going to see. That was a lot of fun. Actually, honestly, Jeff, I think it was better than I thought we were going to see. That was a great field of cars that were just really getting after it and a lot of passing. And I mean, that was really good. I'm super impressed. I think that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a ton of fun. Thank you to everybody that participated. Everybody who's been watching on Facebook, and then especially Payne Built Legends for all their support and putting this together. The race EPI guys, they have been awesome. Huge supporters of ITZR. Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes for the Hard Charger Award. That $20, it looks like it's going to Dylan Bates. VIP Tires and Service, and of course Simrap Market, who's going to be presenting the Icebreaker 200 a little bit later. We're going to go off the air, watch some super late model practice, and then we'll be back around just before 9 p.m. Eastern for the Icebreaker 200 presented by simrapmarket.com. You are not going to want to miss this one. This is going to be an absolute barn burner. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, and we'll be back live about 9 p.m. Eastern.